Good morning. It's Leza live on the radio, on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. Just let that song continue to play. I mean, I think it would help me. Would it help you, Matt?
Of course.
Hear the whole song. Yeah, would it help you, Drew? I wish that were true.
Wow.
All right. Good
Drew,
morning.
are you a genie now? Like,
Yeah, you want to put me in the bottle?
depends on the bottle.
Right.
I was expecting that.
Oh, my gosh. How's everybody's Wednesday going so far?
Bueno.
Bueno. Muy bueno for you?
It's not Taco Tuesday, so I
No.
will say wunderbar.
Wunderbar Wednesday.
Get your own lines.
I'm stealing yours. It's easier.
All right, that sounds fair.
That's so funny. I just read this article this morning that the average person knows if their day has been ruined by 8:36 a.m. I mean, that was just, 30 minutes ago?
30 minutes ago,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, has your day been ruined so far?
No, I don't think so.
Not yet.
There's still a lot left. I don't know
Right.
why they would say by 8:36.
I don't either. What about you, Drew? I know Drew's answer.
Go ahead and give my answer.
Drew's like, I got one more hour of work and then I'm done for the day. I'm doing just fine.
I wish.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, I got about 4 more hours
Okay,
after this.
4 more hours. Yeah, well,
That's all right.
I guess this new survey says that 8:36 a.m. they know whether their day has been ruined or not, and no, they didn't just pull people who set their alarm for 8:35. Because usually that first minute is a rough one. If you're normal anyway. They say that the top reasons that people can tell if they're going to have a bad day or not. I'm just going to do the top 5. Forgetting your phone at home. So I guess normal people that have to be to work by 8 would realize by 8:36
That they left it at
that
home?
they left it at home. Yeah, that would ruin your day. Drew, why'd you raise your hand? That
'Cause
happened
I've
to
done
you?
that.
You've done that, yeah.
I've done that, and it's very frustrating because
Right.
we rely on the phone. Mm-hmm. I can't remember all the phone numbers. I just know if I need to call Jamie, she's number 4.
Right.
The daughter's, you just hit the one button and you're done.
Exactly.
Now I got to think, without your phone, you can't call anybody.
The
brain doesn't work.
smartphone has really dumbed us a lot.
Absolutely.
Yes. You need to do what I do and get yourself a smart watch, and that way, if you leave your phone, you still have your watch.
I have a smartwatch, and it works well, except in here, because if you turn your phone off, it still buzzes in
so
the
you turn
control
it
room,
off.
so I don't wear it here. So.
Gotcha.
But I like the watch.
Yeah, I know. The watch is wonderful. Number 4, losing your keys by 8:36. That means you looked for them for a good 36 minutes. If you're supposed to be to work at 8 o'clock.
Minimum. Because, I mean, if you're supposed to be at work by 8, you should be out the door by 7:30.
Right.
So you've been looking for at least,
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I lost my keys. I just keep the fob in the purse, and it's good to go whenever I am. Yeah, have you lost your keys recently?
No, but I
No.
forgot my phone.
You did.
You remember? I told you that. Didn't
you
I?
turned around and went home and got it.
I have to. It's how I make a living.
Exactly.
So I don't have a choice.
See, you know what you guys need to do? You need to do what I do. Bring your phone, your watch, and your laptop every time you leave the house. Yeah, I've got, if one's not working, I've got 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But your phone is as big as a laptop, so
Pretty much.
I can see why you don't carry around your computer as well. Waking up with a headache. That's going to be a telltale sign that you're going to have a bad day. But you know what usually works for me is just water.
Well, it usually means I had a great night, though.
That you remember.
Right?
Or
right,
not.
Right? Sleeping poorly throughout the night. Now, this is one that I can relate to with Lulu Bell. I swear, I think I got 3 hours of sleep last night. And, she's having a tough time, but what do? You just have to work through it, right?
She's just a little girl, little boy. He'll get through it.
Well, no, I'm not talking about Bubba. I'm talking about Lulu, the old lady.
Lulu, yeah,
old lady Lou.
Yeah, she's
she's
got an excuse.
Interesting that she sleeps just fine all day long. Not a peep, totally comfortable all day long. Sleeps really good, and then all night long she's up. She can't decide if she needs to go number 1, number 2, if she needs to eat or drink. She's just up, and so therefore we're up as well.
I thought they had their own little room that you just
They do,
cordon
but
them off.
I can't put her in her. Well, Bubba's sleeping in there for one, and she's always slept with us, so I can't change things at 16 years old, especially when she's in need of comfort. So I can't just. I mean, plus you'd keep Bubba up.
That's true.
And nobody needs a grumpy bub.
No,
No, absolutely not.
no.
No, there isn't. The same survey found that the average person has 4 bad days per month. That's 48 bad days a year.
Sounds low.
What will definitely ruin your day, Matt?
Oh, there's so many things.
Really? What's the number one thing?
Just like right up before I get going.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, a headache is pretty rough, but
Yeah.
lack of sleep because then it just. But that's. I'm
Right.
getting used to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I am.
Yeah.
I average between. On a good day, I get 6 hours, but I average between 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Which is not enough.
Right. No, sleep is definitely something we all need. What will ruin your day, Drew?
I would say sleep and Bella.
Yeah.
Waking, if it rains at 12 o'clock, I'm going to get woken up.
Yeah.
Then we're going to probably get some rain.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting to be woken up as soon as the first drop, hits the ground.
Hits the ground. Yeah. So let's talk about that's a great segue. What can we expect? That yesterday you were saying 60% chance for showers today, right?
Correct.
And what are we at now?
Excuse me. They're saying 30% for tonight, 40% in this afternoon.
Oh,
But
okay.
the good news is that we're below 90 degrees.
Oh, thank goodness. It was
So-
hot yesterday.
Yeah, it was hot yesterday.
And the day
It's going
before.
to be 88, but
Yeah,
it's still better than 95.
it is. Once we're below 90, we're in good shape.
Yeah. So
In my
I think
opinion.
I think there's a little bit of a change. We haven't turned the corner, but we're
Okay.
kind of entering the corner.
Yes. Yes, our lows are going to be in the 50s here pretty soon, is what I heard.
That's true, but unfortunately, we're going to be in the 60s through the end of the week
Okay, well,
as far as our lows.
the
But
week is
that's
almost
good.
over.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it is good. I'm not playing golf tonight, so it can rain, because I'm going to the 100 Men Who Care event at the
Correct.
Prescott Resort. We talked about it yesterday, and I'm hoping to see a lot of people out there tonight making a difference for some charities in our area that provide emergency aid to those in need. And everybody's invited. Everybody's welcome. Prescott Resort, the doors open at 5 o'clock. The presentation starts at 6. All you have to do is bring $100 and come on out and watch that $100 grow and make an impact in our community. It's really a cool concept, and it's working. So I'm going to be there. Matt's going to be there, right?
Yeah, I got all dressed up
You
like
did get all dressed up. Look at you. Fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't been able to wear this shirt in a couple of years.
It
so.
looks great on you. Looks
Well,
great.
thanks.
Really? You haven't in a couple of years?
I'm serious.
Well, good for you.
It was really tight.
You've been working really hard, and we're proud of you.
Well, thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So come on out and join us tonight at the Prescott Resort. It's going to be a ton of fun. 100 Men Who Care event. Today is International Day of Remembrance and Tribute to the Victims of Terrorism, honoring the lives impacted by acts of terrorism at home or abroad. Next month will mark 23 years since the 9/11 attacks. Can you believe it's been that long?
No, because that really makes me feel old.
Boy, 23
years.
years. Unbelievable.
Doesn't seem like it's been that long.
No.
It just doesn't seem
It
like
doesn't.
it's been that long.
You're not wrong. We celebrate Drew today. It's National Senior Citizens Day
Oh, great. Perfect. But that's like every day
in his life.
in Drew's life. Yeah.
It's been there for a while now.
What do they consider a senior citizen these days? 55 and older?
55 and
okay,
older.
well then put me in that category too, Drew. Let's go out and have lunch and celebrate. According to the latest census, seniors are America's fastest growing age group. There are 47 million in the U.S., and by 2060, that number is expected to double unless we do something about it.
It's called good health care.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. We're living the dream. It's National Spumoni Day. Are you a fan of the spumoni?
Not really.
No. What about you?
If I'm
yeah.
doing Italian desserts, there's tiramisu,
Gelato.
gelato.
Yeah.
Cannolis.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
other things before I get to spinoni.
Right. But Matt says
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Oh,
You
yeah,
like the
it's good.
spumoni?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, I guess
just a
celebrating
Fancy ice cream.
3 flavors of ice cream, candied fruits, and nuts. That's where I have a hard time.
I know. Well, they give you spumoni at the spaghetti factory.
I love the spaghetti
And
factory.
that's one of my mom's favorite places. We
Yes.
went there all the time.
Right.
And I always looked forward to the spumoni. Yeah.
Okay, I
All right,
remember
yeah.
spumoni at the spaghetti factory. I used to, when Scott and I were in college, we would always go to the spaghetti factory on Sunday. It was like buy one get one half off or something, and I would get the clam sauce in the white The clams in the white sauce. Oh my gosh, I haven't had that in 100,000 years.
It's a long time.
Hopefully Barry's listening.
Yeah, right.
Did you hear that, Barry?
And we're talking about the spaghetti, not the spumoni.
Clams, absolutely.
The clams, yeah, absolutely. It is the anniversary of the Dirty Dancing premiere back in 1987. If I was prepared, I'd push the button and we'd hear the song. But y'all hear it in your head, right? As soon as you hear Dirty Dancing. Let's see. Somebody put Baby in a Corner back on this day in 1987. It was based on the life of screenwriter Eleanor Bergstein, who was also nicknamed Baby. Despite their on-camera chemistry, Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze hated each other.
Yeah, I believe the
Couple
story.
of divas.
Yeah, I believe the story goes is they did Red Dawn before, and they really were butting heads hard during that movie.
Oh, really?
And then a couple years later comes Dirty Dancing, and they were forced because their chemistry was so good on screen.
Yeah, interesting. That famous swimming scene in the lake was actually shot in October when the water was just 40 degrees. Dirty Dancing won 2 Academy Awards and a Grammy for that song that I'm not going to play because you know why? It'll be stuck in your head all day long.
At least for the week.
At least for the week.
An hour.
Yeah. Hey, big news. J-Lo officially filed for divorce from Ben Affleck for the second time. It's over. What did they call them? Benifer?
Jennifer.
Yeah, Benifer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that didn't last long. 2 years this second marriage lasted. I don't know. I've been saying this. You don't go back. You have to go forward. You left the first time for a reason. Why try again?
Yeah, go forward, not backwards.
That's
yeah.
right.
I've heard that from you and a couple other people.
Just this past week, right?
Yeah.
The world's oldest person has passed. Her name was Maria Brianas Morera. Was 117 and 168 days old. She passed away on Monday. She went peacefully in her sleep. God bless her soul.
Wow.
That's how we all dream to go, right?
117?
Yes, and 168 days. I'm sure once you're that old, it's like, are you really still counting the days?
I think
Can you
have
still
to.
count?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know, if you have your faculties, that's probably good.
Yeah. Well, of
know?
course. I mean, if you don't.
Yeah, who wants to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't even need to say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've got your daily do. You ready?
I can't wait.
Turns out that not being able to go number 2 makes you more likely to have a heart attack. A new study finds that people who are constipated are 2 times more likely to suffer from a cardiac event. And if you've already got high blood pressure, you're 34% more likely to have a heart attack or stroke if you can't do a number 2.
Wow.
So there you go.
A painful Drew's Daily Do.
I guess.
I'm okay.
I guess you're right.
Don't
All right.
pick on the old people.
We're not. We're celebrating.
you are.
We're celebrating.
Yeah, this is our celebration, Drew.
Oh, yeah,
Celebrating
yeah.
old people today. And apparently I'm in that category, so yay me.
You know, I get the senior discount every now and then. How and why, I don't know.
Really?
But
They
I
just
do
give it
not.
to you?
Yeah, I just don't object.
And you're in your 40s?
Yeah. So
I
what
would be
does
so offended.
I'm okay with it because it's like 10% off or whatever, or 15 or
Wow.
whatever. I'm all right with it.
Wow. Yeah, I forego it any chance I get.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I cry for an extra 20 minutes a night because of
Right,
it, but
right.
it's worth it for that 10%.
That's hilarious, Matt. I love it. No Kelly Tolbert today. She is cruising in Alaska.
Oh, that's right. She's
Yeah,
on her
she's on
her
vacation. Yeah, so no
She's
Kelly.
on assignment.
So you are all on your own to figure out what's going on this weekend because we're all too busy to figure it out for you. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So no Kelly, but we do have Beth Hammond and Donnell Smith from Dog Tree Pines Senior Dog Sanctuary coming in, as well as Gwen and Elena, the luxury Prescott team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert. So stick around for those interviews here on Leza Live. Right now, just a friendly reminder, you don't want to miss your opportunity to win a $2,000 jewelry makeover from the Artful Eye Jewelers. All you have to do is go to artfuleyejewelers.com and enter. Just tell them what you have and what you want to do with it. They're going to announce the big winner coming up on August 31st. The day before that, on August 30th, it's a Friday, they're having a 60-minute 60% off sale. It's going to be so much fun. Select merchandise is going to be marked down 60%. They have hundreds of pieces of jewelry that will be 60% off for 1 hour only. What a great opportunity to get your Christmas shopping and holiday shopping done early, or maybe just pick out a little something special for yourself. Take advantage of these incredible deals. Their next jewelry cleaning spa day is coming up on Friday, September 6th from 10 until 5 o'clock. Get your jewelry cleaned and inspected for free. That's at the Artful Eye Jewelers, Middle Whiskey Row, downtown Prescott. And we'll be right back. Welcome back, and thanks for listening to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA. In studio with us this morning, want to welcome back Beth Hammond. Good morning, Beth.
Good morning, Leza.
And welcome in Donnell Smith, both from Dog Tree Pines Senior Dog Sanctuary. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. You know, though, Dog Tree Pines is a neighbor of mine. I live in the
Yes.
neighborhood.
Yes.
And I've been over to the Senior Dog Sanctuary, and it's like a little slice of heaven. These old dogs are living out the dream in this sanctuary. They have the run of a lot of land, and they have their own swimming pool, their own living room. Each dog has its own bed. It's just, I mean, if you have nowhere else to go, thank God for Dog Tree Pines.
That's right.
For these old dogs.
And it's grown quite a bit since
Has
you
it?
were there.
Yes, has it?
Yeah.
In what capacity?
Number of dogs.
How many?
We're at 27 now.
Wow.
Medium to large senior dogs.
Mhm.
So we are, there's just not enough room sometimes to be able to save all the ones that need saving. But Cindy does an amazing job with pulling them in, and as board members, we're like, okay, how many do we have today?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, Cindy has opened her home. She lives with all these dogs and cares for them and loves them. And I'm just really grateful that there is a facility like Dog Tree Pines in our community, because I have an old dog. She's 16 and she's
Wow.
blind and she's deaf and she's, but she's still kicking.
Yep.
And as long as she is, we're going to, love her to death. And so that's what you're doing over there at Dog Tree Pines. And so tell people a little bit about Dog Tree Pines generally, where you're located and what you're doing.
We're in the Mountain Club area, and we are located on 5.5 acres. 3.5 are fenced, so the dogs have the opportunity of perusing the community that they live in. And we have a house that is Cindy's, as you said, and she lives with all these wonderful furry animals. And 27 is definitely, when you're talking medium to large, there's not an ounce of room to be able to step almost.
It's true.
It's just incredible. But we have an area in the property that's called Indian Point, and it has a teepee. So we do morning and afternoon walks, and most of them make it all the way up to the teepee and just kind of camp there and decide that life is good. So as Cindy said, dogs they don't come to die at Dog Tree, they come to live, and that's absolutely what happens.
Yes, absolutely. When I visited, I was just struck by the vision of this living room. There is a TV, there is a couch, but there are 27 dog beds in the living room. There's barely room for a human to sit.
True.
And
absolutely.
they all have their own designated spot,
Yep.
and they all get along, and it's just really, like I said, a slice of heaven.
It's incredible, because when we bring one into the pack, we never know what the reaction's going to
Sure.
be, and it has been so harmonious. It's really magical, and I think Cindy lends that feel to the sanctuary. So
Yes, for
it's a pretty incredible environment.
Well, you guys are run on donations,
Absolutely.
fundraising, 501c3, and you have a big fundraiser coming up that you want to tell us all about, right, Donnell?
Yes. Yeah, it's literally called The Big Event.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our second annual. It's being held at an artist's home. And we're going to be having live music. We're going to have art, painting of wine glasses and auction items.
Yep, we have
Yeah.
we have about $7,500 worth of silent auction items
Wow.
that we've had volunteers gather that are incredible, like a night at Air Village.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, which is really
Yes.
exciting. And then we also have rounds of golf. We have a lot of self-care donations. So it's really an opportunity to support an amazing place and have a good time.
I love it.
Because where it's located is at the top of the mountain, looking out over Granite Mountain one way and Flag the other. You just can't beat it.
Oh.
Wendy Smith Rogers' home this is our second year there, so it's very exciting.
Now, is
Yes.
Wendy Smith Rogers the artist?
Yes.
And she's opening her home to help
Yep.
Dog Tree Pines raise money to keep these senior canines happy, comfortable, and healthy later in
Absolutely.
life. I mean, how generous. So it's going to be a ton of fun, activities, fantastic food buy.
Oh, Gato.
Yeah, Barry Barb.
Barry
Once again,
Barb.
he supported us last year, and God love him, he's supporting us again this year. So shout out to him. Olson's Grain is supporting us. They're sponsoring us.
Wonderful.
We've had Chrissy,
Yeah,
Chrissy Cakes.
Oh, yes, Chrissy Cakes, as she is donating all the sweets. And we also have a sponsor, Art 2, that is located in the Burmeister building where the Spice Traveler is. And they have artists up in the mezzanine. And there are a lot of artists that have donated their artwork for fundraising. And they've also opened up a space for us to put our own things out there for fundraising. So we have our own line of T-shirts and lip balm, sweatshirts.
Nice.
So we have a lot of community support, and just the community in general is wonderful and so supportive of our mission and our senior dogs.
Yes.
And I did want to just add, too, that some of our expansion is also getting dogs adopted and fostering. So it's not just a sanctuary anymore.
Okay. And so if people want to learn more about that, how do they do it?
Well, they get online and they go to dogtreepines.com.
Okay, very good. Well, this fundraiser specifically is coming up on Saturday, September 28th. I'm thinking that it's limited to the amount of people that can participate.
Correct.
Yes, so you want to get your tickets right away.
Absolutely, and that's you email events@dogtreepines.com,
Okay.
and you can purchase tickets there. So,
Okay.
yeah, it is limited, and they're going quickly.
I'm sure.
We have a lot of repeat offenders that are coming back. And then we have quite a few new people that'll be attending. So it's quite an event.
Wonderful. How fun. Like I said, September 28th, 1 until 4 o'clock. And you can get your tickets online at events@dogtreepines.com. Food by El Gato Azul. Chrissy Cakes desserts will be there. I'm thinking probably some sort of beverages of some sort because
Yes.
you're going to be painting wine glasses. So
Right.
you got to fill those up, right?
Yeah, then your art gets really creative. It's the only way I paint.
I believe it. How fun. Along with the silent auction and raffle prizes as well.
Yes.
How
Yes.
fun.
So there's going to be a lot of activity. It's an opportunity if you're interested in getting involved with Dog Tree. We're going to be signing up volunteers. So, it takes a village to do what we do. And we are definitely looking for anybody that has an interest and a love and a commitment to do that.
Isn't that wonderful? And we're such a dog-loving,
Yep.
pet-loving community. Here's a great way to get involved. It's the second annual fundraiser called The Big Event to benefit Dog Tree Pines Senior Dog Sanctuary. And again, the website to get your tickets, events@dogtreepines.com, or learn more at dogtreepines.com. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you, Leza.
And I wish you the best of luck. We got to raise a ton of money to take care of those beautiful beasts out there at Dog
That's-
Tree Pines.
We do.
Yes.
We do. Thanks for having us.
Anytime.
We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Stick around. Coming up next, we're going to be chatting with Elena and Gwen, the luxury Prescott team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert, right here on Leza Live. Right now, ladies, listen up. If you're not quite feeling like yourself and wondering what's going on, you might be experiencing symptoms of hormonal imbalance. And Prescott Women's Clinic is the go-to. They are here to help you with their bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. Their personalized approach makes a huge difference. They have 2 locations, making it super convenient, one in Prescott and one in Prescott Valley. But you've got to make the first step. Take that first step, pick up the phone, and make a phone call, 928-778-4300. You can learn more online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA. Welcoming in once again Gwen Holloway and Elena Sandwick, the luxury Prescott team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert. Good morning.
Good morning.
You guys are tired maybe or a little overwhelmed. A lot is changing in the real estate business right now. I know things went into effect last week, right, on the 17th.
Yes.
And so it's what every realtor is talking about, and a lot of people as well. So this morning, Gwen and Elena are going to talk about the new approach for real estate buyers and sellers under the National Association of Realtors settlement that, like I said, just went into effect. So, you ready to break it down somewhat?
Somewhat.
Okay,
Yes.
very good. Let's talk about then and now. I mean, let's compare and contrast what we were experiencing and what we can experience now.
Okay, well, let's start with on the buyer side.
Okay.
So then, buyers were not required to sign any kind of agreement before seeing homes with their agent.
Okay.
There was an agreement that was available to sign. Most agents didn't require it, and we liked to build the relationship first before we joined ourselves with clients and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the sellers typically included the buyer's agent's commission in the price of the home, and that was paid at close of escrow.
Okay. That's
That
what we
was
used
then.
to experience.
Yes.
Going forward, what can we experience or look forward to?
Well,
Or not so much.
Yes. Well, now if you're a buyer and you want to be represented and you have a real estate agent in mind, you do have to sign an agreement. And it's either the buyer broker agreement to show property or a buyer broker employment agreement.
Okay.
And there's a few things that we have to outline. And so lately we've been working with some buyers and having this discussion, and they're like, please explain. And so I'm like, okay, let me just send you the forms in a PDF and you can review them,
Right.
decide which one you want to sign. If you're a buyer and you just want to see a few properties at a time, just buyer broker agreement to show a property, and works pretty well. Just so you know, if agents put in 3%, because if a lot of sellers are actually offering a compensation of 3% to be more competitive with what's going on in the trends here.
Okay.
And so if we put in less, then we make less.
Right.
We don't make the full 3% if that's what the seller's offering. We can call the listing agents ahead of time prior to the showings and find out if there is any compensation, and so they can get an idea. And so what the form is actually going to outline is the percentage, where we're showing, so that you can limit it. If you only want to see one property, you can put that address in. Or you can put Prescott only, or this subdivision, or you can put Yavapai County. So it's really up to the buyer what they want to do and what you're most comfortable with. And then also the term has to be a year or less. And so a lot of buyers are very comfortable with only signing. I've had one person sign 1 week. So usually 1 week is the trend.
Okay.
So we see homes, it gives them a week to decide if they want to submit an offer. And I highly recommend that. I think people are more comfortable. Also, Gwen and I truly believe these forms are going to evolve. And so 2 weeks later, we might have a new
Something
form anyway.
totally different. Yeah.
Because they don't quite explain
Right.
every issue.
So there was no buyer broker agreement before.
There was.
There
There
was,
was.
but it wasn't required.
Okay. Okay.
It was
and now
required.
it's required.
Right. And the thing about it is that we are relationship focused. So we like to build a relationship with our clients and
First.
feel comfortable with them and
Sure.
have them feel comfortable with us. So so this really works well if it's for a week. Usually, so let's date for a week
Right.
before we get married.
Right. Sure.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
So why did the NAR, is that what it is? National Association of Realtors, why did they decide that we needed to change that and make it necessary or required to have a buyer broker agreement?
Well, because they were sued. They were part of a much larger lawsuit. A group of people came forth and said that they felt that it violated a handful of things, including antitrust laws, having the listing agents negotiate the buyer's commission on their behalf.
Okay.
Which is what we used to do.
Right. Right.
So this puts more this puts more kind of power and decision making on the buyer and the buyer's agent
Okay.
to kind of determine their own fate.
Okay. Very good. Well, you just mentioned, Gwen, the commission was determined by the seller, correct? For the buyer.
Yes.
So
The
that's
seller.
changing now.
That's changing
Right.
now.
So then tell us the ways. There's 3 ways that agents can make a commission
There's
when
3
they're
ways
representing a buyer.
Yes, the
Okay.
buyer's agent can
Okay.
make a commission. So the buyer can decide to just pay for it out of their pocket,
Okay.
which, will be probably not the norm.
Right.
Usually, I'm guessing. Or they can put offers on homes that proactively offer the compensation of some or all of the buyer's agent's commission. So listing agents are having these conversations with their sellers and saying, if you want to be as competitive as possible, you probably want to consider offering the buyer's agent's commission as part of the deal.
Right.
But of course, that's built into the list price, like it always has
I was just
been.
going to say, hasn't that been the way it's always been done?
Yes.
Buyers have always paid their agent's
Right.
commission. It's just been, it's yes.
Okay. Okay.
So-
and then there's
so
a third
that.
way.
And then the third way is when they're submitting an offer
Mhm.
to say, as a part of the terms of their offer, I want you, the seller, to pay my agent's commission.
Right.
So
Okay.
those are the 3 different ways.
Very
Right.
good.
And it could be a combo between the buyer and the seller.
Sure.
They split it.
Yeah.
What are the downsides of all this?
Where do we begin?
Well, yeah, it's interesting because we're going to have more unrepresented buyers walking
They're
in.
going to represent themselves.
And depending on a person's brokerage, an agent's brokerage, whether a lot of brokerages will not accept a contract that is not a AAR contract.
What is
So
an AAR?
Arizona Association of
Thank
Realtors
you.
contract. And
Okay.
so therefore you can't go to Staples or Zoom, whatever, and print out a contract
Right.
and to say, hey, I want this house, I'm representing myself. And the pitfalls of that, to be honest, you don't have insight to contractors. If you're moving and you're new to town, you don't have insight to contractors, inspectors, and all the negotiation skills that we have, and also
Right.
the information about the neighborhood. We just, as far as our expertise, so most likely during our listings, if an unrepresented buyer comes, we will have dual agency. We've done it numerous times. We're very, very careful about our ethics because you have to be. And we have a fiduciary duty to our seller, but then we also have one then to the buyer.
Sure.
So and then confidentiality is very, very important when negotiating. So Gwen and I feel pretty confident, but this is also where a lot of lawsuits can happen.
Sure.
So a lot of things can go wrong, and so I think this is a win for a lot of the attorneys.
Right.
To be
Good point.
honest,
Yeah.
I mean, I just think we're going to see more lawsuits in real estate.
Right.
And I
Right.
think that's a huge downfall.
That is a huge downfall.
And
Well, and I want to add too, HGTV has not done us any favors.
I'm sure.
right?
Because
I'm
you know,
sure.
because people, it's so easy. They just go in and get a door unlocked for you, and then 3 days later, they've moved into their new home.
Right. Right.
So there's a
it's not
lot
that easy.
more to it.
Mm-hmm.
As Elena's pointed out, there's just so many things that can go wrong.
Right.
or in understanding what development or what building is going on around that property.
Sure.
So a lot of we actually have sellers. We sold their property, and they were told misinformation. Oh, we heard the city owns this property. I'm like, no, that's private. They can do whatever they want with private land.
Right.
But the city can too. The city can choose to sell it. So making sure that they understand what buffers they have. Even the state can sell state land.
Sure.
And so that's not a guarantee you're going to have those views or that privacy.
Right.
Or understanding that maybe you're buying a luxury home and you got manufactured homes going around the corner. Just
You may not know.
or there's a smell and odor. All these issues that we are aware of.
Right. Right. Okay. Talking with Gwen and Elena from Luxury Prescott team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert. If you have a question The lines are open. 928-541-1016 is the number. More with Gwen and Elena coming up here on Leza Live. Right now, let's talk about the importance of having a local dental care provider that you can trust. When it comes to your oral health, convenience and accessibility matter. That's why Pro Solutions Dental Group is your go-to choice for local dental care. With their convenient location and friendly staff, getting the dental care you need has never been easier. From routine cleanings to emergency treatments, they've got you covered every step of the way. Don't settle for anything less than the best for your smile. Choose Pro Solutions Dental Group as your trusted local dental care provider. Give them a call today, 928-776-1208, or learn more online at PrescottDentist.com. Welcome back. It's Leza Live on the news, 103.5 FM KYCA. We're talking about the new approach for buyers and sellers under the NAR settlement. We're talking real estate with Gwen and Elena from Luxury Prescott team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert this morning. Talked about what buyers experienced before and what's going to be the new reality moving forward for at least right now. And let's go ahead and talk about what the sellers can expect. What would they experience before?
Well, before, the sellers typically included the buyer's agent's commission in the price of the home. And that was paid at close of escrow.
Okay.
Now, I want to make a very important point. That amount was always negotiable.
Okay.
Always negotiable. So that hasn't changed. And I think a lot of this has been misrepresented in the media. And that's one of the points, that it wasn't. Well, it was.
Okay.
Always was.
Always was negotiable.
Always was, always is.
All right. Very good. Very good. So
Correct.
now, what's different now?
So now, the sellers, well, they can have zero. They used to have to pay at least $1, but now they can write in, nope, I'm not paying anything. And some, actually, even some brokerages, their whole approach is to say, the seller, it's just negotiable in your put it in your purchase offer. It's negotiable.
Okay.
Some sellers and some of our sellers are actually, I think they're all offering compensation, and some of them are bumping it up to be more competitive.
Okay.
To maybe encourage other agents to actually show their homes.
Sure.
And actually encourage buyers to say, hey, this is all covered and everyone's taken care of. So,
That
so
makes sense.
that's also a strategy. And then, but just so you know, so then that compensation though can no longer be advertised in the MLS officially.
Okay.
So other marketing emails we can tell them. And so a lot of buyers agents, they'll be calling us to ask us if we have compensation. You know, again, as we talked about in a prior show, it muddies the water on our comps. And so if I'm showing 5 properties, I want to find out which ones have compensation, which ones don't, and then look at the price.
Right.
Because you kind of take that into the list price.
Sure.
And then into our purchase offer. So anyway, it's just a headache. It's actually more forms.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but so far, all of our sellers are staying pretty traditional.
Yeah.
If not getting more aggressive.
Okay,
Right,
well,
right.
that's
So
good.
that's good.
Mhm.
And we're hopeful to see that across the board because, as Elena would say, that would keep things a little cleaner.
For the for the comparables, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also they can either pay a percentage or a flat fee. And so, you know, it's up to an agent to decide on their services what their minimum is.
Right.
Negotiating.
Okay, so what are the downsides of what we're doing going forward?
Well, sellers who decide that they're not willing to include the buyer's agent's commission in the price of the house or separately are going to lose out on a lot of potential
Sure.
buyers.
Sure.
Because, you know, especially at the lower price points, those buyers are very tight. You know, they've got a limited amount of funds, and now they're like, oh, gosh, we're going to have to compensate the buyer's agent separately. At this point, it cannot be rolled into a loan. So that's money out of their pocket
Right.
somehow.
Sure.
And usually, you know, that money they've saved for their down payment. So they're either going to have to kind of pare back on what they can afford, or they're probably going to forge forward as unrepresented buyers. This is so, and which is not a good scenario.
Right. Right.
So that's the downside
Yeah.
for sellers who choose not to. I think they're going to lose out on a lot of potential,
that makes sense.
or they're going to have to deal with, and their agent's going to have to deal with those unrepresented buyers
Right.
coming and wanting to submit an offer on a back of a cocktail napkin.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Wow. It just seems silly how things have changed. It just seems, but like you said, there was a lawsuit,
There was.
and NAR's trying to cover their,
Yeah.
backside,
Right.
and so that they aren't sued again. I guess is the whole reason that this change is being
So
made.
how many forms? So we went to a forms class,
Yeah.
a 3-hour class
Yeah.
to learn the new forms. Were there 14, 18? Or
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
all these scenarios, and it depends what brokerage you're working with, and
Sure.
oh yeah.
So
It's a lot.
Yeah.
All
It's a
right.
lot,
Well, let's
yeah.
talk about something on a happier note. You've got some great
Please.
listings that when we come back after this quick break, you can share so people can be aware of what's out there and how to get a hold of Gwen and Elena from the the luxury Prescott team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert. That's on the other side here on Leza Live. Stay with us. 93.5 FM, KYCA, the Luxury Prescott team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert in with me this morning. Been chatting with Gwen and Elena. Tell us about some of the listings that you have that people can come and see on their own if they're unrepresented, right? Is that how it works? Or call you and sign a buyer's agreement?
Well, first I just want to hit on that we've had 4 closings recently. And it's so, everyone's like, what's the temperature of the market? What's happening?
Yeah.
But anyway, 4 closings.
So the luxury market's doing just fine.
It's well,
pretty
no,
well.
some was affordable. Some was more, and a fabulous family bought a beautiful home, financed. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, so on to the listings. We have 2973 Noble Star Drive in Prescott Lakes, fabulously remodeled, beyond beautiful. 3,331 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 4-car garage.
Wow.
Easy driveway.
Nice.
So if you are a car collector, you have extra cars.
Perfect.
Priced at 1.29.
Okay.
Yes, please come. And then we are hosting an open house on the 31st.
Okay.
So please come visit.
Right.
And check that out.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
We also have 2124 Golf Links Drive, which is out on Antelope Hills Golf Course. It's at the end of a cul-de-sac, single level, 795, just under 2,000 square feet, built in 2016. It is gorgeous.
Nice.
It'd be great for a primary home or a vacation home because, it's manageable size. The size is manageable. It has a fenced-in backyard for your dogs. Great view of the golf course and water.
Wonderful. That one sounds fantastic.
It is.
Oh.
What else do we have?
All right. And then we have a fabulous townhome in the gated Hacienda with great, gorgeous views of the Fifth Fairway, including mountains. It is spectacular. Yes, it maybe needs new carpet. Easy fix. And it also has solar. 3,354 square feet. 3 bedrooms, 5 baths, 2-car garage. It's an easy lock and leave, and I believe we're reducing the price today. So look out for 665 Cross Creek Drive.
Okay, fantastic.
Then we've talked about this before. We're still looking for that perfect buyer for Happy's Dream Ranch.
Okay.
Which is 36 acres, 2 barns with 20 stalls and turnouts, an arena, bunkhouse, hay barn, tiny house, a beautiful main house. It is unbelievable. Beautiful, beautiful views. And we recently lowered the price on that one too.
Okay.
Our sellers are ready to move on to their next adventure.
Sure.
Come see us for that, or go to our YouTube channel and see the video. It's absolutely stunning.
Wonderful.
I concur.
Yes. Just looking for that one specific buyer that needs a ranch house and horse amenities.
And those amenities are top of the line, state of the art amenities.
How
so,
nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dream.
It is.
Okay, and what
Definitely.
else?
And then we have a Hacienda condo. And that's a move-in ready and fabulous for any golfers who want to get out of the heat in Phoenix, or if you want to downsize. It does have an elevator shaft that you could have an elevator installed, and that's priced at $535. 2-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage, 1,795 square feet. Give us a call anytime.
Yes, let's tell people how to get a hold of you.
Well, you can call us at 928-487-0944.
Or email us at elena@luxuryprescott.com. That's ELENA. Or Gwen@luxuryprescott.com.
And you have a website.
luxuryprescott.com.
Ladies, thank you so much for coming in this morning and breaking it all down for us. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You're
Leza. We
welcome.
love being on your show.
Well, thank you. Stick around. Dan Bongino is up next. I'll see you on the radio back here tomorrow.